give them is because they have decided to put sports on TV without people in the stands. And the only way they're going to get their money's worth is if they put 1,001 commercials on the television. If you put 1,001 commercials on the television, then they will get some semblance of the money that they are owed. And otherwise, you're dead. You're dead. So be prepared for 10,000 additional timeouts, 10,000 additional sideline reporters so they can get a chance to put those ads up on TV, because that's what they're really, this is why they really put things on TV. If you don't believe this, you have a guy who works at the University of Michigan. Now, I understand every institution in the United States of America is not balling like the University of Michigan, right? I get it. Every institution, but the dude who runs the University of Michigan is one of the biggest institutions in the United States of America. You know what he came out and said? Michigan is $1 billion entity. We don't need sports. We're worth $1 billion, and football only makes up $142 million today. Listen, only $142 million. How many instances in which you can say somebody can dismiss $142 million? 10% of $1 billion. That's what I'm saying. 10% of $1 billion. And he was like, hey, it is what it is. So this is what we're talking about. If you don't believe me now, it's always been about money. And if this guy is an immunologist, this means he is an expert on immune fighting disease or immune damaging diseases, aka the COVID virus. This dude is an actual functioning doctor, but he runs the University of Michigan. He's saying it shouldn't go down. I guarantee you, you will see a retraction of that statement, and he's gonna go on. My man D Great, who just said something that just scrolled past the screen. I didn't see it, but I'm gonna read it in a second. He's been saying for weeks, he's been consistently coming on this show saying, hey, they need to just cancel this shit. He calls it the boo-boo flu, and he's right. But trust and believe, your children, your friends, your favorite player, his life will be put in jeopardy because people don't want to miss out on the opportunity to get paid. And this is why I keep telling y'all, I laugh in y'all faces. No, and that's the, he said they're going to play. The sickness will spread and they have to shut it down all over again. Here's the sad part about that, D. Greg. In a sensible world, you would be 1,000% correct. But this is why you're not correct. Because they're already talking about what to do if somebody gets sick. Oh, if he gets sick, then we're going to just kick his ass out and kick his team out, and then we're going to keep him moving. That's exactly what they're saying. So they're totally disregarding things, and this is why it's always about money. And when y'all call up the show, when I open up the lines, and y'all call up the show and say, well, he needs to take less money so they can win the championship, and I laugh in y'all face and I tell y'all, hey, man, it's about the money. Damn them championships. Bam. Bam. Here it is, right in your face. It's never been about the championships. It's about the fucking money. It's about the money. The only people who care about the championships are the people who listen to this podcast, people who walk around wearing jerseys, hats, t-shirts, drawers, socks, gloves, and jackets. We're the only people that do that, man. We're the only people that care about championships. The people who are running and jumping up and down the course, the coaches, the players, and us. Those people who own those teams, by and large, of course, Steinbrenner, George Steinbrenner, and he might be the last. He dead, so he was the last of that breed. The dudes with the Lakers, they might care too, but it's a short list of these people who actually give a damn about winning and losing. You know what? You know how they win? They meet each other at the bank and say, "I won." That's how they win. But we run around here like Fred Flintstones, like a bunch of dum-dums, and believe that, yeah, man, they're trying to win. See, they looking out. They looking out for themselves. You heard Jerry Reinsdorf said on TV, it would have cost us too much to keep the Bulls together. Fun fact, the Chicago Bulls Stadium was sold out for 3 years after Michael Jordan retired. So if that dude wasn't hurting for money, it's just, he ain't gonna pay you niggas. Yep, I don't say the N-word. Don't let it shock you. I say niggas. And you don't like it, sorry, but that's what it is. Again, to move forward, I'm watching ESPN, or listening to ESPN this morning, and I hear Paul Feinbaum literally call Charles Barkley stupid. Charles Barkley said they were talking about paying players. No. Charles Barkley was talking about what's going to happen if someone gets sick. And Charles Barkley was like, hey, man, what they're going to end up doing is kicking that team out and moving forward. Paul Feinbaum literally said, I've been talking to Charles Barkley since high school. He rarely makes sense. And then turned around and regurgitated the fact that Charles Barkley just made. This is what I'm talking about. You got these guys on here who've made careers on the backs of Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and other athletes, and all these athletes, and they turn around and give you a backhand compliment, slap you in the face, and then call you stupid, and then use your words in the exact same breath. They are reframing your opinions, and then bam, call you stupid, call you untrustworthy, disrespect you totally, and then turn around and say what you just said. This is why I continue to ask you guys to hit the like button, share with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe to the network, and then we can move forward and continue to build this empire. That's just the bottom line, man. Because if you want to get fluff, keep watching the TV. If you want to get the facts, you turn in the about. Period. Point blank, period. That's it. That's all. Because at the end of the day, they are trying to get you to listen, and I am trying to give you the actual factuals. This is what we do. Anybody can sit around and say, oh man, we thought we misunderstood. But how the hell can you misunderstood someone when you're quoting them? There's a person whose job to give is to give you what they say. You give them half the sentence and then let the people figure out the rest. This is stupid. And I'm sick of it. But today, the NCAA are finally talking about allowing these young people to get compensation for their images. Let's not act like the NCAA woke up 2 weeks ago or a month ago and said, you know what, man, we really do cheating these brothers. We need to do something different. What it is a lot of these young boys are going to the developmental league and they're going over to Europe to get $500,000, $1 million a year. Some of them even get more than that. They're going over there like the one brother he went to Australia and got a Asian sneaker deal. So he probably 10 million in now. He over there playing a more developed style basketball. He's getting mentally mature. He's getting financially or fiscally mature, and he's moving on into manhood, set for life. The NCAA seeing this. They know the tournament is the biggest thing popping in the United States of America. It's the biggest thing popping in the United States. It's bigger than the Super Bowl. It's bigger than the World Series. It's bigger than the NBA Finals because it's the NCAA tournament. You got old ladies, humpbacks, and midgets participating in the NCAA tournament because it's fun. And they know if they don't keep these young brothers in school and allow them to make money, it's going to be a problem. Reggie Bush comes up and says, hey, I made some good decisions. I'm not going bankrupt, but I wish I would have known better. Which is true, man. There's no such thing as the vast majority of people going into colleges from underappreciated communities, underserved, disenfranchised communities, and what they are financially astute. How are you going to be informed about something that you've never had? You're going to college allegedly to get an opportunity to become to be the best person you could be in life. Or you're really going to school to see if you can become a millionaire at this damn game that you've been practicing your whole life. A lot of them are doing that. When you're looking at Jalen Rose, whose mom couldn't even give him gas money, she gave him her car and couldn't put gas in it. You got guys who are sitting around saying that they're starving because the school won't let them get an additional bagel. And meanwhile, the NCAA signed a $3 billion with a B dollar contract to put those games on TV. And by the way, the NCAA is a non-for-profit organization. All that means is the money must be spent. If the money must be spent, that means somebody has a whole lot of money in their pocket. Because as the president of Michigan said, as the president of Michigan said, this is not a situation in which we need to play football. We don't need to play basketball. But we are going to do it, and we're trying to make money off of it. So they're allowing these brothers to play this, and what they should do is educate these young men. But y'all know my idea on that. They don't educate these young people because then they can always say, hey, well, he had a chance to make it, he just blew it. And I don't give a damn who you are in most cases. If you are from a disenfranchised community and somebody hands you a boatload of money, you will blow. Most of these guys go broke and then bounce back. Some of them aren't able to bounce back because they don't have the ability or the wherewithal, or they get run out the league. So when Reggie Bush says that, Paul Feinbaum, again, a dude who I think is a card-carrying sheep, steps up and says, hey, well, he's saying that because he disgraced his school. No, Reggie Bush didn't disgrace his school. Reggie Bush took advantage of the things that were available to him, and he won the Heisman Trophy and gave it back and shows you, look, I'm trying to get paid. Had you not been running this scam about education and student athlete, Reggie Bush wouldn't have had to take a car, and his parents wouldn't have had to take additional bills. There's nothing shameful about what Reggie Bush did. You know what's shameful? You making $192 million, University of Alabama, and you giving people free room and board. If you print books, how the hell you gonna tell me, you know what, I'm gonna hook you up with a book? No, you don't do that. You hook me up with some money because I can't eat this damn book. See, we keep falling for this bullshit, and then we keep getting jammed up. I call it, we keep trying to be Americans, man. And they don't want us as Americans. And I understand we live here. And what I mean by we keep trying to be Americans, we keep trying to fit into a system that does not welcome us. And anytime you try to fit into something that does not welcome you, you know what happens? As my mother would say, you get the shit end of the stick. And black folks, we keep getting the shit end of the stick. I'm sorry. And you know what, man? If you want to, you know what? Tell you, if you agree or disagree, here's the number. 773-797-2409. 773-797-2409. If you agree, disagree, or just want to add to the conversation, there you go. Here's your opportunity. I'm opening up the line for you. There you go. You want to talk to me, you can talk to me. Holler at your boy. But I'm just telling you, man, there's nothing sweet about this whole NCAA deal where these young people are getting screwed, the way these young people get screwed over, and then they're getting dissed and dismissed because it's a bunch of people taking basket weaving. It's a bunch of people taking a whole bunch of bullshit and nothing to enhance their lives. Nothing about financing. You know this young man came here ill prepared to be a college student, so you gave him the easiest coursework you could. It's the most simple syllabus that you could find in order to keep him eligible, not educate him. And then you want them to walk into the world and say, hey, you're the man. No, he's not the man. He's just as ignorant as he was if he walked on stage, walked on campus. So miss me with that bullshit. And if you don't believe me, we could even look at athletes that we consider intelligent, like one John Sally. John Sally clearly stated that he did not start putting money in his pocket until his third NBA contract. He also stated that it helped a lot that Shaquille O'Neal gave him money. So you got pro athletes helping out other pro athletes. And this is not John Sally the dummy. This is not John Sally the dude who out here balling and all this. This is a level-headed guy. This is an intelligent guy. So when you got a guy like John Sally and he lost, and we think he's intelligent, what the hell is going on with the guy who just completely hood? What's up with him? And nobody cares. Nobody cares, and we move forward. And as we move forward, I'm going to go right into the football segment. Y'all know how the football segment starts. It goes like this.
Come on. We will win. Because we will hit all game. We are motivated. We are dedicated. Come on now. Come on now. We will win. Because we are the best on the field. And we hit the field like all day light, all night light, on the blue light, offense light, defense light, his squad light, house call light, and it sound light, and it sound light, and it sound light.
That begins the football segment. Even though I've been talking about football up until and including this moment, I'm going to talk about NFL. The NFL is a joke. They're insulting us with this Rooney Rule. I didn't go in depth last week, but I will today.